we manage two energy transition related funds. One is on the equity side, investing into pan-Asia energy transition and AI automation related companies. On the other side, we have another JV fund with Oman Sovereign Wealth Fund, OIA, to localize and to promote Asia leading technology or advanced manufacturing to use Oman as a gateway to really develop globally. So I totally echo, all the major trends that the other panelists have mentioned. So for instance, for Templewater, we mainly look at two key theses within energy transition. One is how to leverage Asian based technology to decarbonize proactively. So for instance, in that regard, we invested in HiStartup, which is one of the leading electrolyzer company in Australia. You might not be familiar with the electrolyzer. It's in the hydrogen industry. So hydrogen, to simplify, it's a green fuel. So traditionally, we use gasoline, diesel, and oil-based fuel. But in the future, if you really want to decarbonize, for instance, Ray mentioned steel industry is really heavy refinery process. So green hydrogen will be one of the more effective way to decarbonize steel industry or construction industry, which is 10% of global carbon CO2 emission. However, if you think about the current dilemma of hydrogen is that this has a very high cost. So on one side, the entire world is going for decarbonization. On the other side, the cost is too high, right? So we look at technology that can really try to accelerate the utilization of those green fuels. So for instance, this Kaisata we invested can tremendously reduce overall hydrogen production costs in order to be really adopted in either steel industry, cement industry, construction, or this heavy refinery process. So that is one example. And on the other side, as we all discussed, AI is a predominant trend, and underneath AI is actually energy. So the world is not only short of GPU, but also short of the power and energy to supply the data center. So for instance, in the US announced a 100 gigawatts new data center built in the next 5 years. And then if some of you actually have a public market account, you can see that Bloom Energy really rise to the sky because in the US a major energy supply is actually natural gas, and gas turbine is a major equipment to convert natural gas into electricity. But currently there's a 5-year gap for natural gas for the gas turbine. So there's another company we invest in China called Marble Tech. They're actually an innovative gas turbine company. They can run on natural gas, they can run on hydrogen, they can also run on ammonium. And they're actually in top with all the major US data center to not only grasp this time window to provide an option for natural gas, but also provide a green option for hydrogen and ammonia based fuel in decarbonizing the potential data center sector. And as you mentioned, the EV opportunity, we also got a portfolio company in called Neolix, which is the largest robovan company globally, shipped more than 10,000 robovan last year. So they're using EV, an autonomous driving solution to ship goods for intracity. So on one side, it provides greener option for logistic. I think it's closely related to the speaker last session, CN Logistic. And on the other side, they're also providing social benefit for developed market where there's a shortage of driver, and also provide social benefit for rural areas in developing countries where there's not enough density to have this human led trucks going to the rural services. So we're seeing a lot of technologies really trying to accelerate this trend.